So what are nutrients, and which nutrients do we need to help us stay healthy? While we all eat food and most of us have a good idea of what a healthy diet looks like, I often like delving a little deeper with my clients to help them truly understand why we recommend for you to eat this way. Therefore, in today's video, I will take a look at the various nutrients that we eat every day and the roles they play in keeping us healthy. Hi guys, my name is Didi and I'm a registered dietitian with Diditian.com. Thank you so much for joining us today for my first video of the series on the nutrients behind the diet. Whether you're interested in learning more about nutrition or are finding ways to eat healthier for you and your family, this video series will piece all the facts together to support you in making more informed choices. I have talked a lot these past few weeks about the psychology of eating, from motivation to goal setting, so find some of those links in the description box below. And while I spend a lot of my time with clients discussing these important psychological elements of eating and drinking, what I often find is the aha moment when it comes to changing food habits is actually understanding how the different foods affect our health and energy levels. Yes, we all eat food and not individual nutrients, but understanding how to get the right balance of nutrients from the foods that we eat is key to helping us build healthy diets. So first of all, what are nutrients? Well, to sum it up, nutrients are components in food that are essential to our health by providing us with energy, acting as building blocks for growth and repair, and by regulating important chemical processes in our bodies. And there are 6 essential nutrients that the human body needs to work correctly. These are fats, proteins, carbohydrates, vitamins, minerals, and water. And these can then be divided into 2 groups based on how much of them we need. And these are macronutrients and micronutrients. Macronutrients are nutrients of which we need relatively large amounts, so they're often measured in grams or ounces. And these include the fats, proteins, carbohydrates, and water. Micronutrients then are needed in much smaller amounts, so we often measure them in milligrams or micrograms, and they are our vitamins and minerals. There are some basic principles which apply to most nutrients. So first of all, we cannot make general guidelines on the exact amount of each nutrient that you, your family, and your community should eat. In general, how much of each of the nutrients we need can vary greatly from one person to another. So for example, children need different amounts to adults. Active people may need different amounts to less active people. And for example, a woman who is pregnant needs different amounts again to a woman who is not pregnant. Next, we tend to give a recommended amount of each nutrient and try to give this information based on your age, your gender, and your activity level. This recommended amount is based on the amount of that nutrient that is considered safe and will help you to stay healthy. Sometimes we give reference ranges also with upper and lower limits showing the highest intake deemed safe and the lowest intake that will likely not lead to deficiency. We generally need a balance of all nutrients to keep us healthy, so eating too much or too little of one can be harmful. Interestingly, not all nutrients give us calories. Only the macronutrients, except water, give us energy or calories. And the amount of calories that fat, protein, and carbohydrates contain is different. Here is one of those aha moments actually that I explore with my clients. So many believe that carbs are the most fattening of all the macronutrients, but actually, while carbohydrates and protein both provide us with 4 calories per gram, fat actually contains 9 calories per gram. Yes, our bodies respond differently, of course, to each of these macronutrients, but the basic science shows us that carbs contain less than half the calories per gram than fat does. So let's take a brief look at all the key nutrient groups and explore where we can get them in our diet. Now, I will delve a little further into each nutrient over the next few weeks, helping us to understand each nutrient and their roles in our bodies in even more depth. First, let's take a look at fat. Fats are needed by our bodies for energy, to provide essential fatty acids, and to carry fat-soluble vitamins such as vitamin A, D, E, and K. We often divide fats into 2 types, and these are saturated fat and unsaturated fats. We often recommend to limit the amount of saturated fats we eat and to use mainly unsaturated fats to help improve our health. So we find saturated fats in meat products, eggs, and dairy foods, and we find unsaturated fats mostly in our vegetables, nuts, seeds, grains, and fish. Fats should usually make up about 30% or less of all our energy that we eat in a day. Next, let's take a look at protein. So the main role of protein in our bodies is for growth and repair. We can also use protein for energy if our diets are low in carbohydrate. Protein provides us with amino acids, which we need to stay healthy. Animal foods such as meat, poultry, dairy, fish, and eggs contain the full range of amino acids needed for health. But you can also get the full range of amino acids from plant-based foods alone by including a good variety of nuts, pulses such as peas, beans, and lentils, and grains. and we recommend that you get about 0.75 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. And this amount, however, may vary depending on your activity levels, your health and your age. Next are the carbs. And carbohydrate gets a lot of bad press, but it is an important source of energy for our body. We can broadly divide carbohydrates into sugars, starches and fibre, and we find sugars in our fruits and vegetables as well as in typical treat foods, such as sweet and fizzy drinks. Starches are mostly found in potatoes, rice, pasta and bread, and fibre often comes from our fruits, vegetables, pulses and whole grains. While we mainly use our sugars and starches for energy, fibre plays an important role in our gut health, helping to keep our bowels healthy and helping us to feel fuller for longer. So we recommend that approximately half of our energy should come from carbohydrates, with most of this being from starchy carbohydrates. Vitamins are the name for a large variety of nutrients that are needed in chemical reactions in our bodies, so different foods contain different vitamins. Vitamin A, D, E and K are mostly found in foods containing fat, and vitamins B and C mostly are found in foods that contain water. Minerals then are nutrients which our bodies need for a variety of roles, such as formation of our bones, our nerve function and to make enzymes. Some of the minerals that our bodies need include iron, zinc, calcium, iodine, magnesium, phosphorus, potassium, sodium, the list goes on. And again, different foods give us different minerals, and the amount that we need of each of them varies depending on the mineral itself and our body's age and stage of life. And finally, humans need water, a nutrient that makes up over half of our bodies. It plays an important role in transporting nutrients around our body, lubricating our joints, eliminating waste and regulating our body temperature. We mostly get our water by drinking actual water and other drinks, and we also get a small amount of water from the foods that we eat every day. And while it may sound complicated to squeeze all these nutrients into a single day, most healthy eating guidelines are made to help us eat a diet that will include all the nutrients we need. A healthy balanced diet with plenty of fruits and vegetables, some whole grain carbohydrates, small amounts of meat and dairy or their alternatives, and plenty of fluids should help the majority of people in getting the right balance of each of the fats, proteins, carbs, vitamins, minerals and water. Of course, there's far more science behind each of the nutrients I described in this video, and I will be covering these in some of my upcoming videos. So like this video, subscribe to my channel and be the first to catch these as they come out. And join us on Facebook at DDTitionRD for plenty of fact files and extra information. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.